Carolinas. This is WBTV Bob Inman, Diana Williams, Paul Cameron, and Mike McKay.
Everybody's scared. They're asking people to keep their doors fastened and to be on the lookout.
We're looking for anything suspicious that might contain these people that we were looking for. Any vehicle that might contain anything suspicious.
Two Tennessee. Good evening. A massive manhunt continues at this hour in the mountains of McDowell County. More than 60 lawmen are combing a 5-mile radius for two Tennessee fugitives who broke out of the Brushy Mountain prison 3 weeks ago. It all got 4 times after he climbed back into his patrol car and radioed for help. He's in stable condition tonight at Grace Hospital in Morganton. Late today, authorities confirmed their belief that the shooting suspects are also the Tennessee escapees. These men, identified as James Clegg and Ronald Lee Freeman. By morning, the search intensified in the community of Nebo. Besides roadblocks, dogs and helicopters were called in to help. Residents are being urged to use extreme caution.
Bob, our Luann Kahn has been in McDowell County tonight as the search continues, and she joins us now with this live report from our Western Bureau. Luann, what's the latest?
Well, Crystal, an estimated 200 law enforcement officers from all over the state have surrounded the little town of Nebo, and they're hoping the rain will help flush the escapees out before the end of the night.
We feel like there's
Stops on Highway 70 throughout McDowell and Burke counties. Bloodhounds have been combing the woods near where this abandoned car was found earlier. It matched the window shattered, apparently by gunfire. Police have been going door to door, alerting residents.
We've notified the people that live in the area to secure their houses, to secure their cars, so that maybe taking a hostage and get out of here.
This man had to move his family from their home because authorities were searching in the area.
Oh, yeah, it's frightening, especially when you have 2 little kids and age 7 and 20 months old, and if they come in, it'd be awful hard to try to do something and watch them too. It'd be frightening.
He told me where they were at, and it really scared me, pretty bad at the time. I just hope they catch them.
Officers working since dawn and drenched by pouring rain are thinking the weather.
There's no other way. You can't mark it up to fate. There's no other way to say it, but that God was there that night.
That night, around 1:30 a.m., March 6th, Louis Rector was shot 4 times alive. Today, over a white Cadillac to the car, he saw the left rear window was being rolled down.
I felt something wasn't right. To place his hands where I could see him. And he fired. The first shot struck me in the chest, knocked me down.
Rector got back to his feet and ran between the cars.
I turned, pulled my weapon, and started to fire. And by then, the passenger was already out, and he was firing so fast, and I was getting hit that I just couldn't pull the trigger.
Rector did manage to return fire. As the car sped off, Rector crawled back into his car and radioed the communications center in Newton. Rector's identification number is F138. Signal 25 means officer needs assistance quickly.
Signal 25, there's going to be a shot. Signal 25. McDowell County line. Cat F-138, drive description, vehicle, subject. Cadillac, white Cadillac. 10-4 direction travel. Ground. Advise westbound. 4. 10-4 F-138.
The comm center then dispatched an ambulance to the Burke County Sheriff's Department.
This is Judy at the Highway Patrol. We've had a trooper shot on I-40 at the McDowell County line. The vehicle's a white Cadillac. It's traveling west to get an ambulance rolling. White Cadillac, just get an ambulance rolling, then I'll give you the information.
By this time, Rector was unconscious and had stopped breathing. But John Ainsley, a paramedic, happened upon Rector's car after hearing about the shooting on his scanner.
This is Highway Patrol car. This is being driven by Rector. He's being shot. This is John Ainsley. I'm the first responder. Get me a paramedic heading down to McDowell County down here. Do you copy? He's Mr. Anderson. 10-4, we copied. Ambulance is en route. The exact location of Trooper Rector. Appears to be in the left chest. Stand by. Okay, the car's location where you're at this time. 1040. Mr. Anderson, 10-4. Are you stationary at this time? 10-10. I need that ambulance stat.
The ambulance arrived and Rector was rushed to Grace Hospital, where today he is in good condition. Rector says it was all like a dream.
You know, all of us are the idea of the risk is there, but to do our job effectively, we have to put it aside, put it in the closet per se, and that's where I kept mine, in the closet. Well, that night it came out of the closet. It was there, it was real, and I had to deal with it.
Rector says he'd go through this situation again if it would help save lives. For now, he plans to go back home to his wife and 2 children, and then back to work as soon as possible. John Carter, WBTV News, Morganton. Rescue personnel found Trooper Lewis Rector slumped over the wheel of his unmarked car shortly after 1:30 a.m. Just minutes earlier, he'd stopped a car for speeding and was shot 4 times. Rector managed to return fire after he was shot. He then climbed back into his patrol car and radioed for help. He was rushed to Grace Hospital in Morganton.
One of my troopers has been shot.
We're looking for a 1978 model white Cadillac at this time.
F-111-100 advised be traveling down railroad track. Dogs picked up the scent heading toward the Bridgewater.
An alert quickly went out across western North Carolina. Not long after, this abandoned car was discovered in the Nebo area of McDowell County. It matched the description of the one pulled by Rector, its rear window shattered, apparently by gunfire. The State Highway Patrol and Sheriff's Departments had roadblocks set up throughout McDowell and Burke counties. How you doing? Fine. Were called in to assist. By the time daylight arrived, lawmen were still looking for the 2 suspects, still manning the roadblocks.
We're looking for anything suspicious that might contain these people that we were looking for. Any vehicle that might contain anything suspicious.
Besides the roadblocks, there were rolling patrols, dogs were called in, and lawmen asked for help from WBTV Sky 3 to make an aerial search of the area. Still, there was no sign of the suspects. Nebo Elementary School was called off because the suspects might be